Hi, can you hear me back there? Okay. This is how I want to start this. Okay. Anxiety in the house. OCD in the house. Depression in the house. Panic attacks in the house. Yeah, those are a few of the things I've been diagnosed with. So yeah. Like right now, my anxiety is riding super high. The bell's not helping. Not helping. There is a sea of people. I feel like I am trapped in a room. So this is very exciting. I suggested the theme because I like to talk about it. I perform a lot, and I like to talk about it on stage because I think it's super important. And the story I'm going to share with you tonight is about how I got diagnosed with anxiety. So this story plays... God. Okay. The story takes place back in 2004, September 2004. I went to university. I moved from Toronto to Halifax, and I got there, and it was right away. I was not at ease. Nothing was easy for me. It was just a lot of alone time. I couldn't drink. I couldn't partake in any of the fun, Frosh Week activities, and it progressively got worse and worse. And I remember one day I was in the coolest class in all of history, okay? Get ready for this class. I was in a class called History of Rock and Roll Before 1950, okay? That class is amazing. And in the middle of that class, I started to black out and panic. No reason why. Started just sweating and was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. And I ran to my restroom, and for a few days, I sat in my restroom eating power bars with a fork and knife. Very strange. I was on a very strict diet. Okay, I just sat there eating them very alone. And I was like, you know what? It's time to get help. Unfortunately enough, below my residence was the health center. And this is what happened. This is no word of a lie. I ran into the health center one day. I ran in and I was like, help me! Help me! Someone help me! I can't feel my arm! I think I'm having a heart attack! And I was like, someone help me. And like all the nurses come rushing out and they're like, calm down. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And they bring me into a room and they sit me down with this lovely, handsome doctor, which didn't make it easier. And they sit me down and they give me a pamphlet, okay? And they go, here's a pamphlet. If you have 4 or more symptoms, you've got anxiety. And I was like, you're giving me a pamphlet with all these weird symptoms. I'm just going to agree with them. I'm anxious right now. One of them was like, you always think you're having a heart attack. I was like, I came in here running thinking I'm having a heart attack. Are you kidding me? Another one's like, you always have stomach problems. That is like always. Just this ton of like ridiculous things. And I had them all. I had all 10. And so right away he was like, you've clearly got a bad case of anxiety. General anxiety disorder, and they gave me, he's like, here's some medication. He gave me Effexor, 37.5 milligrams. It takes 6 weeks for it to like ease in, but I take the medication and I felt like a little calmer. I was like, finally I know what's wrong with me. And I go up to my residence, which was right above, like I said, and I decide to call my parents in Toronto. I'm 18 and I wanted them to know that I'm going to be taking some medication and that something's wrong with me. And this is the conversation I had with my mother in Toronto. I called my mom and I was like, Mom? She's like, hi. I was like, I got something to tell you. She's like, yeah? I was like, I've been diagnosed with anxiety. And she was like, anxiety? What's wrong with you? Anxiety, lose some weight. Anxiety, lose some weight. Anxiety. Why can't you be more like your sister Simone? Anxiety, lose some weight. What's wrong with you? I was like, I think you love me too much. She was very not happy I was taking medication for anxiety. She was not happy, and she felt like it was made up. She felt like I was making it. She's like, just get your fucking act together. It's okay. Like, you're out on the East Coast. You're going to have a good time. I took the medication with, like, she said not to take it, but I decided to take it anyways. And it was the best thing I ever did. 6 weeks later, I felt a lot better. I kept on having to up my dose. Because it takes a certain point. Like, you have to level off somewhere. But the day I had been on it 6 weeks, I celebrated by going out and having my first drink in university, which was amazing. And this is the thing. I'm so happy I got diagnosed back then because I don't know what I would do. Like, medication doesn't work for everyone, but for me, it was a miracle. And Without that medication, I performed stand-up comedy. I would not be able to get on stage. I could not leave my room. I could not do anything. So for me, this was the best circumstance and the best thing that ever happened to me. That's my story. It's a really weird ending. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.